Hi guys, it's Mark here from Newbie Prepping. It's Sunday the 8th of March and I thought I'd give you a bit of an update on what's going on around the world and what can we do to help ourselves really. So I think the first one is about putting on masks, because there's been a lot of concerns about masks and people not putting them on, and the World Health Authority and the governments around the world are saying masks don't help. Believe me, masks do help. It would help in two ways. If you actually got the virus and it's in the early stages, it will stop the spread. Well, it's not going to stop the spread, but it will help stop the spread because you're breathing out into a mask. If you've got a mask on and you've not got the virus, obviously it would help you not catch it. So here's a link of a young lady putting on the mask and the correct way of putting masks on and taking them off. Because people don't know how to use masks. Now, it's true, people don't, because people don't need to use masks on a day-to-day basis, hence why people don't know how to put them on. So I hope you find that link interesting about putting on masks. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy tons and tons of masks, but it's handy to have one or two in the house for when things do get a bit worse. Now, as we've seen in the shops very recently and all in the news about panic buying. Now, I've already done a video, the link probably below, about panic buying. What can I say? It's not worth panic buying. Yeah, just buying a few extra bits each week while we can will help you go a long way. You're going to be able to order online, you know, and people will still be able to deliver to your house. So rushing out to buy stuff just means you're handing money over to the corporations who really want this money. They love the fact that you're panic buying, because they'll probably put a sale on afterwards and people will be able to buy them cheaper, because obviously the sales will drop once all this is over. So they'll put a sale on, so it's 2 for 1 offer, and all the money what you've put into toilet rolls or whatever, people are going to make it up eventually in the long run, you know. So just buy a little bit extra, nothing major, and it will get you through, you know, for whatever was going to happen in the future. That's about panic buying. Now, what we're going to do is, because I know there is a real shortage of hand sanitizers, I've ordered some alcohol, not the drinking type, unfortunately, but this is the more surgical alcohol. And once that comes down this week, I'll be doing a small video on making a hand gel sanitizer. It is quite straightforward, and it will probably work out a lot cheaper than buying the hand gel. The only thing is you've got to make it up yourself. You know, 5-10 minutes of doing this. Now I've ordered in a litre of alcohol. I think it was only about £3, and I think you pay about £2 odd for a canister of gel. But I'll work out all the costings and how many of these containers, the smaller containers for hand gels you would get, so then we can do a price comparison. Hopefully you'll be able to make your own gels from that point, and you won't have to worry about hand sanitizers. Okay, and it's a way of saving money. Also, on our Discord channel, a guy gave me like the recipe for disinfectant spray, so I'll be doing that at the similar sort of time So so you can have your disinfectant spray, and we do the anitizer. And if you'd like to join us on Discord, the link will be flying around now. Come and join us. We do talk about all different things. A guy from America showed us about some tents that he made. So we are talking about different things. Next topic. My favourite one, gold. Look at the gold price now. Wow. Now these are big corporations, because obviously the stock market has fallen. There's a link here about the stock markets around the world. It was to be expected. It's panic in the stock market, just like people panic buying in the supermarkets, but in reverse. Obviously they're selling. Now, at the beginning, when things first started happening, there was a big injection of money into the stock market, what rose the prices up. Now, then this was the big, I believe, the big corporations putting money in, raising the price money out, because they knew it was going to drop, so they could sell when it was at its peak, and then they will buy when it's really low. That's the way the big corporations make their money, and it's poor sods like us, Joe Blogs, who lose the money. If your pension is about to come up, pensions have dropped because obviously the way they would invest. Now all these big corporations are buying gold, so please do not buy gold at this price this time, because gold prices are off the roof. They've been going up really rapidly. Holding gold, we've still got currency. A pandemic, while the governments are still there and running countries, we've still got our currency. So we're not going to need to trade in gold, So there's no reason for us, Joe Average, to buy gold thinking, if things get worse. Do you have cash available now? Because I know it's going to be harder for you to get to banks, especially if there's a lockdown. And believe me, I reckon there will be a lockdown, because it's the only way then really containing the virus and stopping the spread. So get some cash out, just keep it in the house, somewhere safe, just so you've got cash to pay your bits and pieces. And most of the things, when you do go out, you'll be able to just use your card, the contactless. So that's that. A big subject coming up shortly. Now, the confirmed cases at the moment, as of today, here is a link to a new website which has been used by quite a lot of medical people now. It actually breaks down into obviously a lot more individual countries, and it gives you a bit more information on the cases if it's known. So it might actually help if you wanted to avoid a certain area. So if you know there was a cluster of confirmed cases in a town somewhere, I always believe it's your choice to know all this, so you have the free will of deciding if you wanted to go to certain towns where quite a lot of it's hidden, and they just give you a county and say, it was in Essex or it's in Sussex, and it's not very helpful, and it only helps spread the virus. We know that there are cases where with no links to Italy and China, so it's in the community, and I feel we should have a right to know what town. We don't need to know the person's name or the street or something like that. But it would help if the government would actually adopt similar sort of practices to what South Korea are doing. They give an alert on the phone of a case in certain areas, and they even go down to the shops where someone's been in, a restaurant, not to try and demonise the restaurant because it's not their fault, but to see if you've been in that restaurant within 14 days, because then you can actually be tested. Other countries seem to be doing a lot more to contain and prevent as many deaths as possible than, unfortunately, my own country. They're still working on, when it comes up, finding them, testing the people around them, but they're not really being proactive. They're reactive at the moment. The economy is worth more than people's lives, unfortunately. So, to confirm cases is 106,000 people around the world, and 3,600 confirmed deaths. Around that number, obviously, the numbers go up on a hourly basis at the moment. So, I wish it would actually come down, but it doesn't. So, if the worst case comes to it, towns will be locked down just like they are in Italy, and that will be, for some people, the big wake-up call, because I think there's still a lot of naivety around the coronavirus. Just the other day on Facebook, there was someone put up that cancer kills X amount of people per day, heart disease kills X amount of people per day, and there was right at the end, it was turn around and said, worry done. It's like, well, okay, well, I looked at their profile, and they was a young couple, so fair play to them. They know that this is not a killer for them, as long as they've not got any underlying health issues. So I just put up there, I'm glad that your worry is over. Do you have parents or grandparents? Are you going to say the same stupid thing to them? Come on, guys. It's not about yourselves, is it? You may be the fittest person in the world, and when you catch this disease, because majority of people are going to be catching this. When you catch this disease, the virus, you're going to have a runny nose, a couple of sneezes, a cough, and you're going to be as fit as a fiddle, as they say. But what about other people you come in contact with who are not so lucky to be as fit as you? Don't be stupid. Think of others. If for the first time in your life, think of others and not just you, because this is what it is. You're thinking about yourselves. But I wanted to talk about something else, and to emphasise this to those people who are ostriches, who've got their head in the sand. Try and get this point, and I'm going to use maths, not my strongest subject, so forgive me. And this was done, a woman tweeted this in America, and she'd done a really good explanation of it. So I'm using the same formula, but obviously, so I have cheated a little bit, but I'm using the same formula, but I'm going to put it into the UK side of this. So here we go. Right, so let's take it that the virus is already here, because it is, right? And we've only got 100 odd cases, what we know of. But let's just say, as of today, there was 2,000 cases, which could be possible in a few days' time or a few weeks' time. Looking at Italy, the way it's gone now, Germany's fast approaching that, and France. We go to France quite a lot we got the tunnel. So if there was 2,000 cases, now we know that the virus seems to double every few days. So let's be very conservative and say every 6 days it doubles. Okay, 2,000 cases doubles in 6 days. So if we've not got ahead of the curve and contained everyone and stopped the spread, by April 4th there will be 1 million cases of the virus. By April 4th. By May 7th, that will be 4 million people in the UK with the virus. So on and so on. So by the end of summer, if you want to do the maths yourselves, there's an awful lot of people with the virus. Now, the government and the World Health Authority is hoping that it's more a seasonal thing, so might die out, or that we've got away from the normal flu season and there'll be more beds available. Okay. If you look back at the Diamond Princess, when that was a thing going about, each person roughly was in hospital between, we go very conservative, a week and a half to 3 weeks. They was using intensive care beds. So 3 weeks for one person. We haven't got enough beds for the amount of people that's going to be critically ill. Now, I'm not saying all these critically ill people are going to be dying. The majority of them will pull through, but we still haven't got enough beds, because we're still going to have road accidents. We're still going to have people doing silly things and then needing intensive care. We're still going to have people having heart attacks, who need to be rushed in for intensive care. So we haven't got enough beds. So the death rate will go up, and that could be your parents, your grandparents, a close friend, a brother or sister, a sibling who is younger who had underlying health problems. Wash your hands, keep your distance, and be aware of your own body. If you start getting a bit of a cold, and you don't normally get colds, wear a mask. No, yes, there's going to be people thinking, oh, look at that plonker, oh, look, he's the dimwit who thinks there's the coronavirus. Let's be safe than sorry, What's the harm in taking that extra precaution, and stay at home, if you can, falling sick, I'm not well, if it gets a bit worse, get tested. Dry cough, sneezing, one of the signs, high temperature. If you got these, 111, just need to be tested. Let's get tested and find out, because it's better to be safe than sorry. 7th of May, 4 million people. And now, not all of them would need intensive care beds, but a good majority of them will. We haven't got the beds. So let's try and beat that. Get that RO rating locked down, and that's just by taking precautions. I'm not scaremongering. That was just basic maths. As far as I know, we haven't got 2,000 people who are with cases at the moment, but 2 weeks ago Italy didn't have as many cases. France, Germany, you know. So it's believe me, it's here. It is here, you know, but we just don't know where it is, you know. And as they say, it's case, cluster, boom, you know. Now, with having cases and even starting maybe getting to a cluster, the world, the way we live today, where everyone's in close proximity to everyone, the underground in London, you know, is packed, busy, you know, during the rush hours, you know, and that be a perfect place for it to spread. One person sneezes when that train's going on its journey between 2 stops. Where are you going to go? You know, how are you going to get out of the way of them spores in the air? And you're going to be breathing it in, and you're going to go straight into work, and you could be infecting other people. I don't know how quick you can actually infect other people from catching it yourself. Some people say it could be 24 hours, but you know, don't be naive, you know, don't be stupid. It's not just you who will, it's not just going to be you who's going to catch this, and try and prevent it is the better way of doing it. But that's me having a ramble today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found some of the information good, and I will get on to doing the hand sanitizer this week as soon as the alcohol comes through. And if you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're not already, and share to other people so they can see my ugly mug. And as you can see, we are slowly getting in some merchandise, some t-shirts, mugs, little canteens. We're just looking at what we're doing, and once it's up, we'll give the links. And please support us, because that would actually help us produce more stuff, and to get other bits of equipment what we can do more reviews on. So until next time, be safe and take care.